again, and welcome back. My name is Lekha Sapers, and I'm the author of Rhode Island Computer Museum's Data Storage Series, a grant partnership with the Rhode Island Council for Humanities. This podcast, concurrent with a series of blog posts, is an exploration of miscellaneous data storage technologies from its most primitive era till now. To learn more, visit the Rhode Island Computer Museum website at ricomputermuseum.org. For my blog posts, visit that same website and search for data storage when prompted. But for more about me, visit lekhasapers.github.io. Again, this is Lekha Sapers, and let's get started today learning a bit about Laserdisc technology. The development of Laserdisc technology emerged from a broader wave of optical storage research conducted in the late 1960s and early 1970s. During this period, scientists and engineers were actively investigating how coherent light, specifically laser beams, could be used to read information encoded on reflective surfaces. These studies, carried out at institutions like Philips Research Laboratories and MCA Labs, laid the technical groundwork for what would become the first consumer optical video format. Central to this effort was the refinement of methods to detect variations on a spinning disk surface with high precision, enabling data retrieval without physical contact. Early demonstrations of optical video storage were analog in nature. Unlike later digital formats, these systems encoded continuous video and audio signals using frequency modulation or FM techniques, similar to broadcast radio or broadcast television. Prototype systems developed in the early 1970s confirmed that laser-read optical discs could deliver superior image fidelity and stable playback compared to magnetic tape, which degraded over time and suffered from mechanical wear. These proof-of-concept devices established optical storage not just as theoretical possibility, but as a commercial viable medium for high-fidelity audiovisual content. In 1978, MCA and Philips jointly introduced the first commercial Laserdisc system, branded as DiscoVision, in Japan and select U.S. markets. This marked a significant inflection point in media technology. For the first time, consumers could access full-motion video and stereo audio from a read-only optical disc. The format used a 30-centimeter reflective disc read by a helium neon laser, offering an unprecedented combination of picture clarity, color stability, and sound quality. However, the system's complexity and cost limited its initial reach to early adopters and institutional users. Despite a slow start, Laserdisc began to gain momentum in the early 1980s, particularly in Japan, where home theater culture and consumer interest in high-end audiovisual formats were already well developed. Japanese electronics manufacturers, including Pioneer, became central players in Laserdisc's evolution. Pioneer, in particular, played a pivotal role in defining the hardware, improving playback reliability, and expanding the catalog of available titles. The format also found institutional uses in education, medicine, aviation training, and interactive kiosks, where its frame-accurate searchability and visual clarity offered advantages over VHS and Betamax. In Europe and North America, Laserdisc's reception was more muted. The format contended with the rapid proliferation of VHS, which offered longer recording times, lower cost, and recordability, all of those features that Laserdisc lacked. Moreover, the 12-inch disc size, while optimal for analog signal storage, was cumbersome for casual users accustomed to compact cassettes. Nevertheless, a dedicated subculture of cinephiles, archivists, and educators adopted the format throughout the 1980s. For these users, the superior video resolution, along with digital audio support via PCM tracks or Dolby analog encoding, made Laserdisc the format of choice for serious viewing and archival work. Laserdisc also served as a platform for innovation in interactive media. Variants such as LV-ROM and Laserdisc-based computer hybrids enabled multimedia applications long before CD-ROMs became widespread. These systems allowed for branching video paths, interactive menus, and computer-controlled playback, features foundational to later DVD authoring and modern interactive media design. By the early 1990s, Laserdisc had matured into a stable, well-supported format, particularly in Japan, where its market penetration exceeded that of most other regions. Yet it was increasingly clear that its analog underpinnings would become a liability in the digital era. The introduction of the compact disc in 1982 and later the video CD and eventually DVD in 1996 shifted the industry's attention toward fully digital, higher capacity optical formats. DVDs, in particular, offered a smaller form factor, greater storage density, built-in error correction, and widespread compatibility with emerging digital workflows. As DVD adoption surged in the late 1990s, Laserdisc's market share shrank rapidly. Production of new players and tiles slowed, then ceased. By the early 2000s, the format had been effectively retired from the consumer market. However, its technical legacy endured. Laserdisc established core principles for consumer optical media: precise laser readout, disc-based interactivity, chapter indexing, and high-quality AV playback, all of which informed the design of CDs, DVDs, and eventually Blu-ray discs. Today, Laserdisc is remembered as less of a commercial success and more of a transitional technology, I would say. Another one of those bridging technologies that merges the transition between analog and digital video and between magnetic and optical storage. It essentially demonstrated that consumers valued image and audio quality enough to adopt new hardware when the experience justified the investment. And it also provided a laboratory for optical engineering innovations that would define digital media in the decades to come.